foofu baax na. That you're watching the Gambia radio and television services. Here is the summary of the news. Reverend Jesse Jackson has told GRTS that he has been discussing the execution of death row inmates with the President, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh. The veteran American civil rights campaigner who arrived in the Gambia on Sunday also said that Professor Jammeh has decided to pardon Dr. Amadou Skatrejane, who was serving time after he was found guilty of conspiracy to commit treason and treason, and Tamsi Jase, who was also convicted and incarcerated for the role he played in the 2006 abortive coup. The two American citizens will depart the Gambia for the U.S. with Dr. Jackson, according to the American rights campaigner. The Vice President and Minister of Women's Affairs on Monday met separately with religious leaders and the Council of Elder Chiefs. The two delegations visited State House to show solidarity with the President and thank him for agreeing to suspend the execution for more death row inmates. The leading American civil rights campaigner has described the social and infrastructural developments in the country as significant. Reverend Jesse Jackson was speaking while touring a range of projects and attractions. The report on women in changing Muslim societies adopted by OIC member states in Istanbul, Turkey, was unanimously considered and adopted on Monday by lawmakers. The document received the approval of lawmakers after a heated debate. And in other news, regional leaders have joined local dignitaries in Somalia for the inauguration ceremony of the new Somali president. The leader of Djibouti and Ethiopia's new prime minister made it to the Mogadishu Police Academy, where Hassan Sheikh Mahmoudi was sworn in as the new president. He promised to rid his country of militants and pirates. And in Nigeria, a fuel shortage in the country's southwestern part, including Lagos, has grounded traffic to a virtual halt. Long lines have been reported at filling stations across the country. In Syria, foreign militants are sometimes teaming up with rebel fighters. That is according to a recent UN report. It says Islamic militants could be radicalizing elements of the opposition. Meanwhile, Iran acknowledges its elite force, the Al-Quds, have operated in Syria as advisors, but the commanders of the Iranian Republican Guard denied they have any active role in the war. And while fighting ranges in Aleppo, residents in the capital Damascus are desperately trying to cling to normal life. No matter how hard they try, the sound of shelling is never too far away. The U.S. Defense Secretary says the worst of the violence appears to be over, but that has not stopped scenes of carnage in many Muslim countries. At the very heart of it is fury over the low-budget online movie that is offensive to Islam. And there could be more protests ahead of the leader of Lebanon Hezbollah movement has called for renewed demonstrations over the film. The protest began nearly a week ago and has grown as word spread about the anti-Islamic film. You can monitor GRTS Radio live on our website, and that's on www.grts.gm. That brings us to the end of this edition of the summary. Thank you very much for your time and have a very peaceful morning.